Hey guys, Gradigy here with my first DC 75th review, and I thought I'd start it off kind of big with what I've fondly come to learn to call the Anti-Trinity. It's Doomsday, Ares, and Bane, which if you didn't know are the three biggest enemies of Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, each having defeated their counterparts on multiple occasions. Usually they have to have some kind of backup, or they don't defeat them at all without some kind of divine intervention, if you will. We'll start off with Doomsday, and he's got the Superman enemy team ability, and the Bane has the Batman enemy, and then he's got Quintessence, which isn't, it's not very thematic, but I'll take it. I'm not going to argue with Quintessence. He's got they all don't take push, which is nice. Indomitable, Quintessent. They all have traits that help fight their counterparts. But he's got 6 movement with leap climb, which is kind of bad. 11 attack with super strength, 19 defense, and 5 damage. And then he clicks. He loses a defense, gains 2 movement. He's still got impervious. Gains charge. Pretty much same stats. Gains 2 more movement, an extra attack, and he gets exploit weakness. Still has impervious, by the way. And this is where he gets his first white box. And what this white box is every time someone attacks you in this turn, you gain an additional defense. So right now, he has 17. If 3 people attack him, he gets up to 20. And it doesn't even have to be a successful attack. They can miss and he'll still get it. It just says when he's attacked. So he still has charge with exploit weakness. Sadly, he loses super strength with the gaining of that white box. He finally drops... No, he's still got impervious. Kind of the same stats. Loses 2 movement, which kind of sucks. And then he gets onto flurry. Loses a damage. He finally drops down to invuln with 16 defense. He's down still with flurry and 3 damage. And then he drops down to 9 attack, dead. He's 10 clicks deep. His trait is you pick one character on your opponent's team and he does penetrating damage to that character for the rest of the game. Let's see if I can't make this focus some. There we go. And if their name is Superman or they have the Superman ally team ability, he does an additional damage. So if you're hitting a Superman on his top click, he's doing, 6 straight damage, and there's nothing they can do about it with 11 attack, and it's penetrating. So, pretty nice. And then we'll have Ares here, who is a pretty nice sculpt, if I do say so. 10, 12, 17, 5 with charge, super strength, and impervious. And then he gets this awesome white box that every time I've only gotten to play him once. And it worked out so well because they used Nightcrawler to pull me into the middle of their forces. And it's called Everyone Must Fight. And what it does is everyone within 4 squares of him must attack during their turn, or at the end of that turn they take a damage. So they have to try to attack him no matter what, or they're going to take a damage. So they can either take a token or take a damage. And if they've already got 2 tokens, then they're going to take a damage no matter what, as long as they're within 4 squares of him. He does only have 4 range, which is, more than these 2 have. But he's still got 12 attack, and he goes up in his defense. He loses an attack, and he loses super strength, but he gains close combat expert. Still has impervious with that white box. Gains a defense again. He lost it there, and then he gains it back. Still has impervious. And now he gains Blade's Claws, still with that white box. 3 damage. He goes back down to 17 defense. Jumps back up to 18 defense. Loses an attack. Finally drops off of Imperv onto Invuln. Still has that white box with 3 damage and 10 attack with Blade's Claws. Gets Flurry with Blade's Claws and Exploit Weakness. Now you can use Exploit Weakness and Blade's Claws. I did it during that same game. I Blade's Claws'd an Alan Scott for 6 and it killed him in 1 shot. He was on his 2nd click because he didn't fight. Teehee. And he's got 18 defense still. 17, loses an attack. 16. He's still got the same power set, and then dead. He's 10 clicks deep as well, of absolutely amazing. I've played both of these, and they've both stood up really well. I haven't gotten the chance to play him because I would like to play him in around a 400-point game. That opportunity hasn't come up yet. Oh, I forgot to say his trait. If you charge a running shot Ares, the damage you do is reduced by 1. If your name is Wonder Woman or you have the Amazon keyword, it's reduced by an additional 1. So if you're running shot or charging him, and you're Wonder Woman or an Amazon, you are reducing your damage by 2. Now that means that it does, since it is an additional 2, it doesn't stack with his impervious. So, but it is going to be reduced by 3 no matter what, even if you perplex your damage up. So, and now we'll move on to Bane, who is indomitable with Batman enemy team ability. Charge, 10 attack, 16 defense with this white box called Venom Pump. And I really like this white box. You pick 1, 2, or 3, you increase his attack and damage by that number, and then he takes that many clicks. Now, that makes a 140-point figure with 13 attack and 6 damage. Now, he's going to take 3 clicks, and I'll go ahead and click him forward 3 clicks. And this is the only pain I have come across with every Bane so far I've seen. 1, 2, 3, and he's on this click, which is, stats much better. He's still got that white box, but he's down to 2 damage, which isn't better. But he's got plasticity now, and he's got invul instead of toughness. And this white box on his attack, is outwit. If he uses outwit targeting the same character, if he uses outwit targeting the same character, he used outwit to target during your last turn, modify that character's defense value by -1 until the beginning of your next turn. So basically, if you outwit the same person twice in a row, their defense goes down by 1. Which makes his 10 attack seem even more, even better. And his trait is he ignores stealth for outwit. And if you're outwitting a character named Batman, or if they have the Batman ally team ability, he gets to counter a second power. So, he does have super strength on the clicks before. There's really his good click for attacking, obviously. But he doesn't have that outwit white box, which is nice. He goes back down to toughness on the next click. He loses, and then he gets regen, which, can bring you up pretty good. And then he's KO'd. He is 8 clicks deep for 140 points. That's pretty good. Like I said, these are all monster figures. I've gotten to play them too. I've seen their carnage firsthand. And I really want to play this Bane. I've just not gotten the chance to play a 400 or 500 point game like I've been wanting to play him on. So, there you have it. This is the Anti-Trinity from DC 75th. I hope you enjoy these figs as much as I do, and go out and try it. Play on, guys.